by Retrocycle, his awesome retro gaming store. Also, we still have some donation incentives for upcoming runs. We have Shovel Knight New Game Plus Boss Skill Demonstration, and it's at $57 out of $200. It still needs about $150. So if you want to see that, make sure to donate. Also, we have Bubble Bobble Good Ending Incentive, which is currently standing at $115 out of $200. Looks like the stream is ready for the next Mega Man 03. Alright. Let's take runners and commentators in this Discord. Hello?
Hey.
Hello. Alright. I think the stream is ready.
Okay. Okay, so am I good to go now?
I need a final confirmation. Maybe introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Ajarmar. I'm gonna run 03 like an idiot.
And I'm Will, and I'm going to commentate Ajarmar's run.
Okay. Should I count down now? Is it good? Okay. Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so this is Mega Man 03. There's a bunch of stuff to look into this game. Like, mainly it's a platformer, but there's a lot of stuff to take into account. Like, you're familiar with the series, you might know that there's a rank that you have. And that's dependent on a bunch of different points you can get on the mission, but basically we want to get rank A through most of the run. In this game you only get skills from bosses when you are on rank A, so you really want to get all those skills. Well, not really all, but we're going to need a lot of them to combo bosses into death really fast. Intro stage is pretty straightforward. You just fight Omega while using both of your charged weapons, alternating between them. So, in case you have played Mega Man 01 or Mega Man 02, you might be thinking that you need to level up your weapons so you can use charge attacks, but that's not true for Mega Man 03. Your weapons are already good right from the start, don't need to level up, which is really nice if you ask me.
Yeah, it's really good.
So right now, we just have to go get our weapons, and then we can, or other weapons, I mean, that is the recoil rod and also the shield boomerang. You won't be seeing shield boomerang in this run, but you will be seeing a lot of recall red usage for Fogos and for Soho for some boss fights. So now we're on Devil Bat stage or Hellbat. You will see this monitor things, it's yellow things that Ajarmar is killing. There's 4 of them before the midpoint, and those 4 of them are important to kill because this stage mission is to kill those 4 cameras, and as I said, we want to keep our rank up so that we can get X kills from bosses. Each of those cameras gives you 5 points for killing them. Here at the mid boss, you will see again using charge slashes to kill it, which is an easy way to kill it on 2 cycles. Unfortunately, Ajarmar failed one of the charge slashes, so he had to take another cycle, but it's not too terrible. Now in the second half of the stage, this is quite a tricky part of the stage in my opinion. There's a lot of this sections with junk on the floor, which makes you go really slow. You step into it, but you can do what's called a terrain glitch, which you basically jump when you're on the terrain and do a dash. It's a 3-frame window, where if you do it right, you will get dash speed just like normally, instead of getting slow speed. And it can make quite a bit of difference if you get all of them. So right now Ajarmar is facing Devil Bat. And there's an important part here to explain that this game's RNG is basically really easy to manipulate. Whenever there's a cutscene, if you skip that cutscene, RNG is going to reset. So there's cutscene before every single boss, before a lot of mini bosses, when stages start, and in a lot of places. But basically, that makes it so there's almost no randomness in this game.
Do you have time of quick donations?
Sure.
Yeah. We got $10 from Kastanezumi-san from Japan that says anime is real. Yeah, indeed. We've got $50 from Shuzeret that says get them runners to the GD2M. Also, we've got $25 from TW Roxas that says Rockman 2 for the Famicom. Awesome. Also put this towards Mario Party 3. Thanks for the donations.
Oops, I died.
Yeah, it wasn't too great. Alright, so there's one good thing about the Ajarmar dying there. That's that we are trying to manipulate a bunch of crystals, and we do that at the start of the stage. So he could do that 2 times, so he's now really good in crystal alone.
Yeah, and I also get to kill a bunch of enemies again, so I don't think I'm gonna lose that much rank.
Yeah, you lose a bunch of points for dying, but you also gain points for killing more enemies. I think that all the things that make you keep your rank and basically mission points, which are most of the time are just finishing stage, then killing enemies, receiving little damage, not dying. That's mainly it. Also, you saw Ajarmar use Regal Rock before. He pushed a platform, and that's needed because the next half of the stage is going to get a chip which has Cyber Elf in Floodle, which is really useful because it makes it so that you get a lower charge time. there. Guess I should explain a little bit of the.
Jesus, that was
It's-
scary.
Oh, well.
I was very close to lava.
Yeah, that was really good. So, the reason we go Devil Blood first is because the X skill of Devil Blood is really good. It's called Saber Smash, and it's the down stab you see and Ajarmar use. It's useful because the combo level of Saber Smash is level 6, which is higher than anything else. Which means that you can finish a combo with Saber Smash every time. Also on the score screen you will see that there's a chip flashing and Ajarmar gets that. That's the Cyber Elf that you had just now. There's not many Cyber Elf usage in this run, but the few that you use are really important. And you do actually get them, both of them really early. Right here we will equip Kodal for fast charge. So the menu you see there is because when you pick up Kodal, he's a fusion Cyber Elf, which means that it's a consumable Cyber Elf. So if you use it, you will basically spend the Cyber Elf. I'm not really sure how to explain it, but Cyber Elf disappears and you get the effect for the rest of the game, but that's bad for two reasons. First one is that you have to watch a kind of long animation for that, and the second one is that you lose mission points for using Cyber Elves, fusion Cyber Elves that is. So you use 200 E-crystals to turn into a satellite Cyber Elf, which is basically an equipable shaped Cyber Elf. So now you see Kodal following Ajarmar around, and that makes it so he gets the effect while he has it equipped, and that he doesn't lose mission points for that.
I'm gonna pick up the sub-tank just for safety.
Yeah, the sub-tank is really good for safety.
It's really nice because in some boss fights you pretty much have the damage boost, so if you're at low health you are pretty much screwed if you don't have a sub-tank.
So it's really nice that there's that really big HP drop there, so you can just fill up your sub-tank right away.
Yeah, exactly.
So a side effect of equipping Kodal as a satellite is that the elf is shining every now. I think it's like every 30 frames or so.
Yeah, something like
But
that.
whenever the Cyber Elf shines, it changes RNG. So it was really easy at the start to manipulate boss fights or manipulate pretty much anything. But now it's a little more finicky since RNG is changing every 30 frames or so. Now we're going into a Silver stage. This one's a little... I think it's fun. You get to do a lot of progress.
It's a bit scary sometimes. I don't really like the mini-boss in this stage.
Yeah, the stage is filled with spikes everywhere, so if you're not careful, you might die there. And the miniboss is scary also because basically to do it fast you have to damage boost into it. There's no good way to combo him if you're not damage boosting. His hitbox is really weird, so you have to get really close to him.
messed up a bit, but it's fine.
As long as you don't die.
Yeah.
Also, I guess an important mention here is that usually dashing doesn't affect RNG in any form, but when you're underwater, when you dash, you are creating bubbles. Those bubbles change RNG. So that's a little bit of a problem for both the mini-boss and the boss fight. So you're going to see Ajarmar here in the boss fight just buffer a dash jump so he doesn't create bubbles. And then he's not going to dash at all.
Yeah.
Nice fight.
Thanks. And yeah, since I killed an extra camera in Hellbat, that death in Blizzard pretty much doesn't matter. I'm pretty much on par with how my rank usually is.
Yeah. Usually when you kill 3 cameras in double buff, 4th one's just for safety, which is even really nice, you know.
Yeah.
Also, you usually D-rank after finishing Children, which is not a big deal because you don't get any XPs from the baby elves when you fight them here. So you're supposed to D-rank and then get enough points to come back to rank A on this stage. But Ajarmar is already in rank A, so I think that Saber will do. Oh, wow, that was scary.
Yeah, I picked up another A rank elf just to be safe. I picked up the one in Hellbat as well, because I don't want to miss out on Split Heavens and the other one.
Yeah, I think there's 5 or 6 A rank elves over the game. You can use those to get A rank during one stage. So if things start to go wrong, those are used just for safety.
Yeah, those two that I picked up are really fast, so it's not really too much of a time loss.
So now that we are in the boss fight now, this one is very particular. There's 2 lady elves and they share HP. You can hit both of them at the same time. Like they don't share iframes, so you can hit them. You try to hit both as much as possible. Now we're in the second set of bosses. You played Minimum 01, you probably know all of this. You're looking back. First we go to Blizzard Stagraph, mostly just because of the to avoid a bit more many. You're already on using a fire chip, so you want to fight Blizzard with a fire chip. You also have your Rainbow Royal Whip, which is good for this stage and also for the boss fight. The stage's not too hard, I think, but it's kind of scary because if you do it right, if you do it wrong, you might end up with too little of HP and you have to do a bunch of damages in the boss fight.
Yeah, you want to damage
boost.
Yeah. You want to do 2 damage boosts on him and he deals 4 damage on contact, so It's a lot of damage.
4 might not sound like a lot, but it's actually quite a bit, considering how little HP you have in this game.
Yeah, you only have 16, so... Okay, my rank is looking really good, so shouldn't be a problem unless I die again.
Yeah, this looks good. So, Blizzard Saga gives you one skill that's really good, which is really hard to use though. We're gonna see that later in Annalise. But for now, we get to see kind of machine stage, which is not too interesting. Right here on the start, you will see Ajarmar just go through this bunch of blades, which is a little hard at the start, but once you learn the layout, the platforms there, you don't need to learn out the routes to go there. Second half of this stage is not too interesting. You just press a bunch of buttons to reach the platforms and wait for them to move. And that's mostly it. It is scary though, because if you try to go too fast, you might get crushed by those platforms.
Yeah, I took it a bit safe there, so...
Right at the end there, the boss just to change to Thunder for the weakness. And also Buster is more useful in this and the next stage.
What tonics? That's not true. I never said that. The version in 02 is better. I did tell you that this version of For Endless Fight is the best one though. Also the menu at the beginning of this stage is way harder than it should be for some reason.
Yeah, I always do it at the middle instead of the beginning. But right now he may use them to change to ice and to put two new X skills, which are Animal Chain and Blizzard Stagger's X skills. Animal Chain is the most useful, it's really good. It's called Sweet Heavens, and it's basically an up slash. And you're gonna see a lot of that used throughout the round now. So here, this stage is pretty simple except for the mini-boss and boss. Those are really happening. You can quick kill both of them in one cycle, but they're really hard to do. You have to use very specific combos with it, involving Blizzard Arrow. The way Blizzard Arrow works is that you shoot a bullet, and from that bullet, 3 little icicles appear. Each one of those has a different combo level, and the last one has the same combo level as Split Heavens, so you want to use Split Heavens before the last one hits. Yeah, it was so close.
Yeah, I missed the first Blizzard Arrow.
Yeah, so right at the start of the fight, Ajarmar puts Blizzard Arrow, and you're supposed to hit Annalise with one icicle, but it's really finicky to get because he can either block it with his stuff, or can put it a little too low and move to high, etc. Then the combos you have to do are pretty finicky too. You also have to shoot a lemon in the middle of a combo so you can kill him, otherwise he's going to be left with 1 HP. So now, copy it stage. This is another scary stage. We're just going to see why in a little bit. You don't know this stage. first half is not too terrible, but second half is filled with spikes everywhere.
Oops. Okay, I'm gonna chill out for this.
Alrighty. Yeah, so second half is a vertical point mostly. It's filled with spikes everywhere, so there's not really too many places where you can be safe. So mostly just using the platforms that move around, but even those platforms, if you use them wrong, they can crash you, or they can push you into the spikes. They're not a very good job idea. Now, the copy spike, this is a tricky fight, for sure.
What? Accidentally turn around for some reason and showed up.
Oh. So Cookie X can kill him, so you can interrupt her if you hit him right at the correct time, but Ajarmar almost did that. Unfortunately, he messed up a little.
Yep.
But that's a very good fight. It's really tough to do it right if you don't pin down Copy X from the very start of the fight. Like if you let him be, it's really hard to actually get him.
Hey, can someone fix the Franker Face C thing on? Can some mod fix the Franker Face C thing on the channel so that people can post my emotes? It's very important for this stage.
Oh yeah, it's very important. I would definitely want a link and tank emote right now. So here you see Ajarmar going through a bunch of snow. That's because there's a hidden box there. Inside the box there's a chip, and that chip is quick charge chip. We're gonna be using that a little bit later. You might ask yourself, why do we get the quick charge chip if we already have Global, which already gives us a quick charge? That's because with the right set of equipment, you can actually stack both of those quick charge effects. It only works if you have no elemental body chip equipped. You also have Global on the quick charge head chip equipped at the same time. That makes it so you can charge in 1 second instead of the usual 2 seconds without quick charge, or 1.5 seconds with quick charge. Here you do a damage listening to Captain, and then you do a middle, an equip in the middle of the fight. That's how you can finish him with the right equipment for the next stage.
Yeah, it's a really funny combo since you do a menu in the middle.
So next stage is with Fogstar. This is honestly, I think it's one of the toughest stages in the game to do really well. The main reason for that is there's a set of platforms in the middle and also in the last part of the stage, which are on a global timer. So you have to do really well throughout all of this stage to get a really good time on the stage. There's also a mini boss that has a one cycle that's really hard to do. So here at the start you see Ajarmar using mostly Buster to throw all of these things flying around. Now you see him getting into these tower buttons The only good way to do fast is tower buttons is with the buster. As you can see, if you shoot it right above the button, you can hit the first button, but also the one that's on the other side of the tower. So you can push both buttons at once. You don't have to wait as much for the tower to rotate. Now this is the minibus. Let's see if Ajarmar gets it though. Yeah, nice, you did. So that's a really tough crit kill actually.
Yeah.
You have to damage boost into one of the hits on the floor so that you don't freeze while you're trying to hit the minibus. Nice spike skipper. Second tower buttons is really weird because you have to the buttons are positioned a little bit more upwards on the tower. There's also these things spawning in the back that can really mess you up if you get bad spawns. But mainly it's all really precise to actually jump and release your charge right on time so that you can hit both buttons.
Yeah, you basically have to release it right after you jump, so it's very tricky.
Now to finish this terrible stage, we have Foxstar, which is a terrible boss.
Honestly, it's fine as long as you like do the regular combo, but as soon as something bad happens, it's really bad.
Yeah. Basically, Foxstar has a pattern where he will go into a bunch of flames, 5 different flames I think it is, and that's you can't hit him while he's that way. And it basically covers all of the screen, so it's really hard to dodge.
Yeah, it's a really dumb attack.
So now we have Calvarian stage, which is a really tough stage too, but it's a really fun one actually, in my opinion. So right at the start of the stage, you agree the quick charge shift, so you can get a 1 second charge. You also get your Brickle Rod, which we are going to need on the elevator. So the elevator might look like some form of outer spur to some people, but it's actually not. You have to destroy this or pull off this from the platform, this green shield guys, and a lot of other enemies too. So the only good way to kill the shield guys is with the recall dog, the charge recall attack. Using charge saber is good because the hitbox charge saber is really big, so you can kill stuff from a greater distance. So because you have to turn it from one side to another, the elevator, you use charges, you don't have to go as far sometimes. So it's getting a little bit scary. The important part of this section also is that you really don't want to take a lot of damage. You need basically all of your HP for the Barbarian boss fight.
Yeah, luckily I had the sub-tank, so in case I had low HP I could just use that. That wasn't a very good elevator to be honest, but fine.
Yeah, so I forgot to mention that Ajarmar also did this other satellite server, which I forgot its name, but it's a bird. Um, what he makes you do is that you can hover in the air. Like, when you go into a pit, you will hover out of it, and that's used later on, but being used in the elevators in case you fall down. That's happened to me a few times actually. It's nice to have early on for safety, and it also affects the RNG, so you need to have 2 satellite cells equipped for this part of the run.
Here's an interesting stage.
Oh yeah, this is until stage. So this used to be the worst stage in the game, in my opinion, when speedrunning. But because of the second half of the stage, there's a bunch of doors, and it's random which doors you have to go into. You have to get 4 chips from 8 doors. The 4 doors that have the chip are random, determined randomly, but it's not determined by the RNG value, it's determined by the stage timer value. So you have to go to get a consistent door pattern. You have to get inside the halfway the stage, basically on the same frame every time. But Ajarmar found out that you can use a visual cue that's consistent with the stage timer to do this exactly. So now we have a manipulation for the doors over here, and now we just basically know a few frames that we're trying to go for.
Yeah, and I got a good frame here, so
There's also a detail about the door pattern that you get, because there's 4 different rooms with 4 different chips, but you want to get for the way you want to do the boss fight, you want to get a room that's completely flat, and only 2 of those rooms are that way. You're going to fight the boss in the last room that you enter that chip. So now Ajarmar is going to the 4th one. And the reason we want that to be flat is because you can use Kelvarian's X skill, which is a really overpowered X skill, which is a dash slash, which can hit 3 times, and it deals 6 damage each time, so you can easily deal 18 damage to the boss.
yeah, it's pretty much it's the best EX skill in the game, and you will see it a lot in the boss rush.
It is a little bit dangerous to use, because you usually end up running into the boss, so you take contact damage from that.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why this game is so scary.
So now we're on second to last stage, and you will see Ajarmar use Reflect Laser, which is copy X skill, which is basically like the laser from Mega Man 3, where it just bounces off walls, and it's really useful in some places like this, where there's a bunch of enemies positioned very weirdly, very awkwardly for you to go. But with Reflect Laser, it makes your life way easier. So this is the second Baby boss fight. You will see Ajarmar just using yellow attack and destroying this boss. Those are really good fight.
Yeah, I did not expect to get that because it's one of the hardest quick kills in the game, in my opinion.
It's actually it's actually like really tough to get completely right. So now we're going into the final stage of the game, which is a boss rush with the first set of 4 bosses and the last set of 4 bosses, and also the final boss of the game. So here at the start, this section is a little bit scary if you make a mistake. As you can see, those filled with spikes everywhere. If you take it slow, it's not too terrible, but if you're trying to go really, really fast, you can make a mistake and end up in the spikes. So here, basically all of the spikes are going to be similar, which is just Gale attack and then up slash and that stuff. That's the ideal way to kill all of this. It's not easy to do, so you're going to see Ajarmar getting the HP drops every now and then because, as I said, it's really hard to use yellow attack, and you are going to run into the bosses if you mess up.
Yeah, and it's really bad to die on a boss here, because you actually don't get a cutscene before a boss if you, like, the second time you try it. So you can't. Well, technically you can manipulate it, but it's a lot trickier. And
you're not going to gain. You're not going to get the same pattern that you're used to getting. So if you die, it's really awful usually. Especially if you die in Foxtrot.
Yeah.
So, this is a 25, this is children, and it's really tricky to get right because this is an underwater, so dashing changes the RNG. So it seems Ajarmar got actually a nice button. That's not the one the one you're used to getting, but it worked out well. You usually want to get the missiles, but if you use the big attack, that's also good because it stays on the ground. If you mess that up, you can go up the room and waste a lot of time. Now this part is really hard to do. So now your Zoom has ice physics. You can usually use a chip to avoid that ice physics, but that's really bad because we don't want to switch to that. You also don't want to get hit at all on that one.
Here is our boy Lekak tank again.
Unfortunately, we don't get to see much of our boy. Here in Foxstar Refight, you see Ajarmar shooting a P-shot at the wall. That's just in case he doesn't do it on Chicampus. Because if he don't shoot that lemon, Foxstar will go into this dumb attack pattern. So just for safety thing. So now, Covarium Refight is one of the toughest ones to do. You can't deal with that Covarium because his hitbox is up there. His health. So basically you just have to try and combo him with your usual saber, triple slash, and up slash and down slash. that? It looked like a nice recruit.
Yeah, it was a little bit weird, but I wanted to play it safe.
So right before Bultino, as I said before, you want to place him on a flat room to use scale attack, but on the refight you only get this room. You can choose a room. So you instead use Ice Chip, hit him fast with Blizzard Arrow, just usual saber stuff.
But I have my full sub tank, so I'm not too afraid of Omega.
Yeah, Omega can be a little bit scary. It gets out of control, but with the sub tank it should all be alright. First phase of Omega is a little weird because you can. Its hitbox is floating in the air, so you have to do a bunch of stuff to deal damage fast to it. You mostly use a bunch of Blizzard Arrow. Second phase of Omega, you just, at the start, you fire a B-shot with cannon, and that sets up the RNG nicely, so that you can combo him without much trouble.
I
As long as you... Yeah, and Omega Zero, you try to do a bunch of go attack abstraction bounce of combos. Oh damn, you didn't get the
Fine.
Nice.
I messed up the first combo, so I just didn't bother with doing the normal
Yeah,
combos.
you usually get him on like you just chain combo him, you can interrupt his attacks, get him really fast, but that's really tough to do. Oh, so nice run.
Thanks.
Like it's about a 4450 or so.
Okay. Yeah, that's. I mean, I had really stupid death, so I can't really be mad about the 44. To be honest, that's.
Yeah, it's not bad time. You also took a lot of safety measures, so
Yeah.
a lot of time loss overall, just for safety.
The problem with this game in marathons is that it's actually a really scary and punishing marathon game. But the problem is that Kuribon did a run of this at AGDQ 2014 and did like a flawless run. Okay, not flawless, but did a really, really good run. So at least for me, I have a really like high standard on myself when thinking about marathon runs for this game, because like there's already a good marathon run for this game, so you should be able to do it as well. That's how I think. It's all Kuribon's fault. But I think the important thing in the end is that you get to show off some cool stuff. And I think I got some cool things at least.
Yeah, I did it well. I also agree that it's a really tough game to run at a marathon, because basically if anything goes wrong, you can just start going, everything can start going even more wrong.
Yeah.
With the rank, for example. If you miss out on one of the X skills, you're probably gonna have a really bad time on a lot of the boss fights.
Yeah. But other than that, I think I'm about done. So thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, thanks for the awesome Z3 run. Whew. Alright guys, well, you all definitely need to stick around, because coming up next, we might have the single most anime game of this marathon, and I say that coming directly off of anime fighting robot one. That's what I'm calling those last 2 games. Partially true. We have Jugachi playing Densha Didi Lightning Stage. And I'm sure some people are saying, what, the who? Where? But don't worry, you're gonna know exactly what it is as it starts playing. I guarantee it. But again, Ajarmar, thank you so much for coming out and doing the run. Really appreciate it.
Hey, no problem.
And while we get Densha Didi set up, just a quick reminder, guys, this is JRTA4. It's a community-driven marathon that aims to raise enough money to get our 4 great runners, Shoka, Yamayu, Pohar, and Zaraki, out to AGDQ. All 4 of them are just amazing, top-tier Japanese runners in their games, Yoshi's Island and Mega Man, respectively. And they're going to do some mind-blowing running. It's going to be great. We're already so close. Like, we've raised $6.3 thousand out of our $7,500 goal. I mean, if everyone in chat gave $2, we'd be there. It's that point in the marathon. And you know what? If you give at least $5, you'll be entered into a drawing to win a Rockman 2 Famicom card. Now, I'm going to give you guys the little insider on it. I think there's only like 5 entrants right now. I'm just saying, $5, like a 1 in 5, 1 in 6 chance to win a Rockman 2. Putting it out there. And all of our prizes for this event, by the way, were donated by the wonderful Retro Cycle. Awesome guy. Awesome retro stuff. Thanks so much to him for donating them all to the marathon and to the cause. I mean, check out those odds. That is mathematically sound. And I mean, you could put the donation to a good cause. Shovel Knight's New Game Plus Boss Kill demonstration still needs about $143 to be met. It's only at 57 out of its 200 goal. But you guys want to see that. I'm telling you right now, you want to see that. If you have not seen the dumb things these runners have come up with to kill these bosses, like, you're missing out. There are some ridiculous rebound shots. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's gonna be good. It's worth it, I promise. And of course, you could donate towards the most important incentive we have going on this weekend. What the best anime is. King of the Hill led for a long time. Hamtaro had its shot. But right now, Dark Terex himself is leading with $69. So, I mean, if you don't think Dark Terex is the most anime out there, and I mean, he is pretty anime, you gotta get those donations. Dethrone him. Last year, the illustrious